Hi everyone, this is Zeke here. I remember my last video was talking about the My Hero Academia card game and saying that it is similar to Universal Fighting System. If you played Universal Fighting System, you know already how to play the My Hero Academia game. But if you don't, I'll teach you right now. There's three kinds of cards. There's the character card, foundations, and attacks. There are a couple other cards like actions and stuff like that, but they don't really come in the starter deck. Let me explain how the character card works. They have card difficulty, which you don't have to worry about. They have a block modifier, which I'll tell you later. They have a hand size. Mega Man's is 6, and they have vitality. Mega Man's is 28, so it makes him a good fighter. This is the set he is from. This tells you like his gender and stuff like that. And then there's these three things. They are his attributes. You can only use cards with in your deck with the same attributes as him. Down here is a control check. Every card has a difficulty and control check. Now, they have, your character card has abilities. This one says, commit, your ranged attack gets +4 damage. Commit, if you've played Magic the Gathering, then you know that you should know what tapping is. Commit is basically tap the card. This also has another ability. It says, discard one card, commit one of your opponent's foundations. So that means they won't be able to use that card. Foundations are basically, think of this game as a fighting game. Foundations are like you training to use their abilities, and for the example of using attacks and foundations. Now, give me a second, I dropped it. If you notice, they have the same attributes in this deck. That's because I got this from a tin. Now, foundations. Difficulty and control. It says, commit, your range attack gets +3 damage, which means if it's a ranged attack, does 3 extra damage. And commit, your ranged attack gets +2 speed. So you can choose either or ability. There's nothing. So sorry. I gotta look at it a little closer, so I don't drop the cards. This card does not have a block modifier. We'll talk about the block modifier in a little bit. Attack cards. Difficulty 3. Control check 3. That means you have to, basically, when you place a card, in the card pool. Card pools where you're putting the cards to activate that, to see if you can use them. Say you put, oh crap. Say you put Pursuit of Dr. Wily. See, it's on the side. It has a difficulty of 2. Basically, that means you take from your deck, say this card was from the deck, boop, difficulty 3. I mean, not difficulty, control check 3. That means it's successful, and you get to continue your turn if you wish. Now, say I want to place this card. Now that I've played it, you add +1 to the difficulty. And you have to get a a control check of 4 instead of 3. Say you have a foundation. You can tap it and add +1 to for each foundation you use in that way to go towards the the difficulty check for the control check. This card's special. Mega Ball. It has an enhancement. I'll tell you about enhancement in a minute. Before your attack hits, you can tap one of these foundations to use the enhancement. Like I just said a minute ago, your ranged attack gets +3 damage. This is a weapon attack, so it's not ranged. If it was ranged, you get to choose from the 2 abilities it gets. Either +3 damage or +2 speed. I'll explain what speed is now. You know the rest. This is damage, and this is speed. Now, there's 3 ways it can attack. High, medium, and low. Wherever the X is. Since it's a low attack, and you have to use damage, a damage modifier, and that is 2 speed, so it's going to be easy to block, but you add the damage modifier too, so that would be 0. But since this isn't the same as the type of speed, that means you take half damage rounded up. So 2 round up to 3, you take 3 damage. It would be, yeah. This would be a ranged attack. This card, that the attack card you use, says your next ranged attack this turn gets -2 difficulty. So he would go down by 2, but he goes up by 2 back to 4. Because of the reason the next card going in the order gains +1. So This gained +4. It's at +4 instead of 3. I mean at 4. This one goes back up to 4. If this attack deals damage, you get to draw a card. But let's say, for example, your attack misses. If you're unsuccessful with a card, any card, foundation, attack, a control check that fails, and basically ends your turn because you can't play any more cards. You were successful with this, but not with this. So you get to put this in your momentum, basically underneath your character card. So you take him, put it under. Some attacks and some foundations, and even some character cards use momentum. So you gotta build up momentum too to use those abilities. That is... Let me see. Attack cards and foundations also have block. A mid block can block anything. A low block can block a low attack and a mid attack. And a high block can block a high attack and a mid attack. Your opponent is when under defense phase. Say they're going to block this one with this card. That turns it into a 3. Their speed is 3 now. And then you have to... See, the speed is 2 plus 3. It's a mid block, so it's going to be a partial block. Five down here. Okay, 5. So it's successful. But let's say... Let's see. Let's say you were using a card that gave it like +3 for block. That'll raise it from 2, 3, 4, 5. And you blocked with another card. That card had 3. So it's unsuccessful. So that would make it no hit. Any abilities that you would have used with a foundation would be unsuccessful. And the block, the block was successful. And then the attack does pretty much nothing. So your point where, say for example, you use your Mega Man's ability, commit your ranged attack gets +4 damage. That was wasted because you had to commit it or tap it. That's basically... Oh, yes. No, actually, that's pretty much it. There's different character cards you can use. Some people like the art, so they use that card. Some people like the abilities. And some people like the stats. Like this card, this leader card has a hand of 7. And then but she has 19 vitality. So she's kind of low. But her abilities affect the speed and the cards that are in the card pool. Okay, guys. I've also noticed one more thing. All character cards have a difficulty of 6 and a control check of 6. Now, that's it. Just pick a character card you like, make a deck with I think you need at least one attribute that's in common with it, so you can make different kind of decks. Now, when I get the My Hero Academia game, if I'm able to, I'll compare that to this game. Okay, I hope you learned a lot. And if you play this game, share it with your friends. Bye, guys. Peace out. Subscribe.